What's up, everybody? Let's get into our evening update. So, if we take a look here, we can see Austin ended up 93, 94. Had a lot more warming in that afternoon. That 4 degree spike we had was pretty crazy. I think it was about right here. We jumped 4 degrees out of nowhere, and that really set up 93, 94 as the favorite for the rest of the day. Had a little bit of a dip, but it was pretty solid from then on out that it was going to be 94. Bracket was a little under today. We missed that one. 93 94 was my number 2 bracket, but still weren't that close. If we look here at weather, this is that spike I was talking about, where we went from 87 to 91. that was a big jump. Alright, moving on to New York. Even though we don't forecast for New York, I just wanted to go over real quick that it was 67, 68. Looks like it was a slow climb, slow but steady all day. Next, Chicago. Chicago ended up being 62, 63, right at our bracket. A hit for Chicago. Pretty boring day as far as I'm concerned. But we'll be on the lookout for tomorrow in Chicago. Denver. Wow. Denver was a roller coaster today. So all of yesterday, all up until this morning, the idea was we were looking at an over possible. 81, maybe 83. And then if you look at... pull up weather here for you. If you look at weather, we really stayed under the projections until we just took off. About 10 o'clock, 10:30, we went from being just well behind forecast to just skyrocketing all the way up to 79 degrees. Really unexpected warming, except for it was forecasted. It just took a little longer to get here. We definitely would have been looking at a BMAX if it had been going from the beginning. Just a hint for tomorrow, we will hit BMAX. Alright. Next, we can start talking about Los Angeles. Los Angeles was another pretty straightforward day. We ended up at, let's see, 67, 68. Right on bracket. We kind of knew this was coming. It was going to be a little bit cooler, but not quite as cold as yesterday. Not as much rain. Alright, and then if we take a look at Miami, actually I had something interesting I wanted to show you in Miami, because this was the longest stall I've seen. We hit, let's see, at 11:10 we were at 84 degrees, and that essentially lasted until 5 o'clock. So just kind of stayed the same temperature all day. Little bitty spikes. We got a couple of scares for 86, but did not make our 87 for our bracket. 85, 86 was our second place, but still. Alright, and then we can take a look at Philadelphia. And in Philly, we had a high of 72, 73, which was a lot warmer than forecasted. I think they got a lot more sun, a lot more clearing from those clouds than was expected. All in all, not too bad. We were close everywhere. We had two good solid hits. Um, Denver technically ended up being a hit. Was it? Yeah, Denver ended up being a hit after all of that craziness. But yeah, and if we start looking at the day ahead, I can pull up here. The only city I've really been able to do is Austin and Denver in detail. And Denver looks pretty solid for going over 67. I don't see how it won't. Um, but the market reflects that. So if we go over here and we look at Austin, I think forecasts are a little up in the air. Just a little bit of a change from earlier, but not much. I mean, if you told me, I'd tell you go 88, 89, but there's no way to really know until the morning. So I definitely think it'd be a wait and see on that one.